All right, let's hope it works now. Okay. All right, what day is it today? It's Wednesday, June 10th, about 1:27 p.m. I haven't done a live stream in a long time because, quite frankly, I hate doing it. Hate. I hate this feeling. I feel like I have to perform or something. And don't ask me why I'm doing it now. I kind of feel guilty. I don't know. Anyhow, so there's been a whole bunch of things I've been wanting to do. And for example, I've been wanting to finish off this one, which is a hey, Weedy. Yeah, it's been a while. Hope you're good. So this one is based on a photograph of my son I took last summer, and it's like a drawing, painting, and it's so obvious it's taken from a photograph. It doesn't. I don't know. I like the photograph itself, but anyhow. And I was thinking about working on that. And then this painting always pissed me off. I mean, some parts of it I like, but the composition's kind of gross, actually. And I remember, I'm pretty sure this one, like, I just made it up from scratch. And then I thought, I just hate I thought it'd be cool to have, like, a juxtaposition. And what's cool about this one, I mean, I put my little spooky little people down there. See the little people? My ancestors or whatever. But just a second, like just before I started, I thought I'm just going to blast this out and continue with this kind of thing. So actually you can understand what it is. But as I was doing that, I was just lost my vibe. And, excuse me. So I thought maybe I'll just do something from scratch. I haven't done something from scratch for a while. So this is a photograph of a painting that, I mean, I don't even know why I have a photograph of it because everything's digital. But this is sort of like this kind of landscape thing. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just let something just come out, you know? Oh, yeah. I'm just off the top of my head. I'm going to ramble. This one, I don't know if you noticed, but it's very thick painting. So my plan was to take my X-Acto blade and just scrape all that shit off and then make it smoother. But here I am. Here I am right now, starting from scratch. And I think we're going to do like a kind of like, well, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to do it. I have too many things that my own brain gets in the way. I don't know if that makes sense. My own thoughts get in the way. So I have everything prepared here. Let me see if I can zoom the camera out a tiny bit so I can just show my little setup. So these are all the acrylics I have. To be honest, it's not a good selection. And the reason why I say it's not a good selection, this is all I could afford to buy because I had run out of acrylics years ago, and I had to do an acrylic painting, and I sort of used the color pad of that painting. But here's the thing with acrylics, because they dry so fast, you gotta, like, when you mix your paints, like, you only have, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, a half an hour until your paint dries up, and you got to mix the same thing again. And I just love oils because they'll stay wet and mixed for days. Sometimes, yeah, for days easily. So and also too, I'm pretty freaking lazy. Sometimes I like painting straight from the tube because I don't feel like mixing. So with acrylics, that means, knowing me, I might just paint from the tube with my limited palette here. Yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, so my setup. So I got these here. I've got some brushes ready to go. So I've got sort of like this. This is a breakout selection. These are long. Do you call them stems? I don't know what you call them. Like they're longer and they have finer tips. And these ones are good for mostly acrylic and some watercolor. And these ones are short stem ones. I just made up that name, short stem. These are short stem too that are these are pure watercolor. So I'm just going to leave them aside. The difference is really, how fine, when you have really, really fine hairs, or they're mostly all synthetic hairs, pencil, that it's good for watercolor. And because the blah, 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 blah. Do you use retarder? No, I don't even know what retarder is. I thought you called me retarded. Okay. Well, I have a pencil here. Maybe what I should do is use the pencil. I think a retarder means something that slows something down. Oh, that makes sense. I assume Weed is talking about a medium that you can mix with acrylic that keeps it wet longer. That's like, I'm not totally out to lunch. I know. I've actually never called those things retarders. I don't know, maybe up in Canuck Hood it's something else. Okay, let me zoom in a bit. Keeps your acrylics wet. There you go. Retarder keeps your acrylic wet. Let me zoom in. Yeah, no, I never in my life have I ever used a retarder for acrylics. And I don't know why. Maybe just I had no reason not to. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I've got my headphones here. I'm gonna listen to Interstellar soundtrack. I love this thing, man. Hans Zimmer. There's something magical about Hans Zimmer is a composer who did the soundtrack for Interstellar movie. He's done a ton of soundtracks, and he's just nailed a certain vibe, and man, I love it. So I'm gonna put on my headphones. I got the soundtrack queued up, and that way I don't get my videos banned. So I use it with my airbrushes, so the paint doesn't stick to the needle. Interesting. I've never done airbrushing my entire life. That'd be kind of cool. Airbrushing, eh? Okay. Okay, music. So I might zone out for a while. I'll try. I got a text thing up on my screen here, so I can see at least Facebook chats. I don't even know if I have Twitch, Facebook things set up. But, okay, here we go. Let's go into the land of Hans Zimmer. It's too bad you can't hear it. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore. I'm gonna pretend there's nobody watching me. Oh, I hate this shit. Why do I do that? It's like, okay. What are you gonna be? What are you gonna be? What are you gonna be? Is that it? Yeah, why don't I add some figures in? I never had figures in. If I was to add figures, what kind of figures would they be? What are they doing? Yeah, that's right, man. Coffee, music, and a blank canvas. Exactly. I don't normally do this, but I'm actually thinking about the rule of thirds. I just caught myself thinking about it. God, I never do that. I never do that. I don't think about it. Just sort of let's go with the flow, bro. Okay, I'm definitely thinking blues and greens, kind of like a calm. I want this thing to be calm and just. It doesn't even matter what you put. Like, yeah, fuck it. Just let's just draw. I've done this a couple times. Just draw with your elbow, and I'll take whatever happens and make it something. There we go. I'm not even gonna look. Let's do that. Just who knows? What's something else to create for me? So I don't have to worry about it. Alright. What do we got here? Ooh, I can see a person here. Whoa, do I want to do that? That could be cool. So instead of a landscape, it could be this person here with their arm reaching back and touching their face. Oh, it's almost like they're reading a book. See that? The person's head here and their arm, and this is a book, and they're reading a book. Could do that. Holy shit, that reminds me of a moment. That reminds me of a moment. Okay, I'll quickly share a personal moment. Let me, how do I do this? Oops, I'm gonna share my screen. Come here, you. I'm trying to pull a tab out so I can show you guys. Okay. I'll share a personal moment with the entire fucking world. You know what? Because I kind of think, you know, we'll all be dead soon, so who gives a shit, really? Really? That's kind of my thought. Okay. How do I change my desktop? Okay, there we go. This reminds me of a beautiful moment in my life. I was living in Japan after university. With my girlfriend. Where's that picture? Oh, damn, I don't know. Well, there's a couple here that I was thinking about. I remember we were lying in this bed. They weren't even beds. They were these tatami mats. They're these, like, basically these things you sleep on the floor, and she was reading a book. I even put the time there, 12:00 something a.m. And there was a drawing. Maybe I don't have it on my website, but there's a drawing very similar to this little thing I was thinking about. Wait, oop, I have to go back. One thing I always liked about, she had very feminine, like just the way her feet flopped over the pillow. Isn't that nice? That's kind of nice. Is this the same day? Did I put the day? Oh, that's the, yeah, there it is. I just, it was there the whole time. That's kind of nice, eh? She was just sitting there, and I just pulled out the sketchbook. But this is the drawing I was thinking of. Let me pull it up. So this, obviously it's inverted. So look at this, and then look at this. If you were to flip them around, can you see the similarities there? My memory works 100% visually, and any other way I'm a moron. But I can just call up pictures very quickly. Or something about like the angle of her arm, and then you see the angle of the arm in the book. Okay, I don't know why I'm just rambling on. I need to get my own space, man. You know what I mean? To get in your own mood. Okay. So, and I kind of done this for a little while, where I do drawings where they're not natural. But maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. So it could be her reading a book. And maybe like there's this the one I did not too long ago where I did it kind of similar. Here, check it out. I don't know if I even have it on my this is probably really boring as hell for people to watch, but screw it, I can't help it. This is just, I gotta do what I gotta do, you know what I mean? I don't know if I put up my page yet. No, I haven't updated my website in a while. Okay, yeah, there's this drawing painting I did of somebody I know. Robert had a weird messed up arm. What should I do? Okay, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll use my own. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go from memories. It's too bad you can't hear this music. Okay, I'm gonna go back and what I'm doing here. I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna go back to some of those drawings. Maybe I'll use that as a reference because I can't imagine. I'm just trying to imagine how you'd hold a book at this angle. So this, see this one, the hand is hidden. So, but we're coming from this side, so you would be holding. What I kind of see is black night stars. Okay, this is actually, I think this is part of the process. Okay, this is not boring. If I didn't have to go, I would stay and watch it. Really? Oh, that's nice. Okay, so what I'm thinking about right now is I want to show one of my favorite drawings or paintings I've ever done. Oh man, it's got a wicked story behind it too. I don't think I actually ever found this. The simple sketch was my favorite thing, and then later I did a painting of it, and it's got a cool ass story. Gargoyle? Gargoyle? I don't know. How the hell do you spell gargoyle? I search. Okay, how do you spell gargoyle? Gargoyle. I do not know how to spell it all. Gargoyle. Gargoyle. Okay, I did spell it right. How would I even find it? I did it in Gargoyle. Gargoyle. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is a painting that I did of my favorite drawing ever. So this is a photograph of the painting, and you can see it's a crappy photograph because there's a bit of shininess across here. But the sketch I did, it was my favorite sketch ever. I was sitting, it was 1998, I think. And I went to art school in Italy for a summer. Anyhow, and I was going to meet up with my girlfriend at the time, and for a couple days I was going to be alone, and I was in Rome at the Tivoli fountains, whatever they're called, Tivoli fountains, and I did this sketch sitting there going, holy shit, this is kind of amazing. I'm alone, I don't know anybody in the world here, tons of people are walking by, I'm like, 18 years old, and I was just like, wow, what an experience. And then I did a sketch of one of those gargoyles blowing a conch, and something just triggered. It was just perfect. And then I painted it with a watercolor. I wish I could find it. Then about a year later, I did this is pastels. I remember oil pastels, mostly. There might be some paint on there, I don't know. And if you see, all these little marks are like Odeon Redon style with the kind of, that's kind of what I want. This is where I think I maybe even started doing that stuff. No, I started earlier, but Odeon Rodin, wicked cool artist. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm psyching myself up for this painting that this thing I'm supposed to do. Let me go back to my. So when I come here, I've got some options now. I could do this magically kind of person sitting here reading, or do I come back and just go back to a kind of a landscape, like an imaginary landscape? I'm just gonna let you listen for a sec to what I'm hearing. Let me go just check this out. Okay. It's like this is a good moment in time to be stuck in. This is like literally creation, you know? I don't want to sound like it's a bigger deal than it is, but this is a beautiful time to be stuck, right? Isn't that? Things, all possibilities. So many possibilities. Well, I've got one red. Doesn't give me a lot of options, does it? Oh yeah. Okay, for your landscape, you're going to be blues and greens for sure, like that big painting I'm meaning to get back to. If you're a person, I can see black, purple, red, blue. My phone's almost dead. I'll be back. All right, cool, man. If you're going to be a person, it's so obvious. Right there. It's like it's hard to go to a landscape now that I have this person so obviously sitting there, just like in my memories. What do I do? Okay, maybe I'll just do that. When you get a canvas, this is not a particularly special canvas, but I don't know, if you know these, they come with these little pieces of wood. What they're for is for tightening up the canvas. If you find it's too loose, you go back here and you take it and you put it in here and you jam it in there, and it creates a bit of tension. I don't know if you could saw that. So you could like put it one there, and then you could put the other one because they're staggered, and you stick it in like that, and then if you were to touch the canvas, it's tighter. I can feel it. It's like, when chefs, they say to tell how firm your or how cooked your steak is, like you touch. I know you touch here for one of them, and I can't remember where else you touch, but it's the exact same idea. That it's how firm it is. So I could feel the difference. It's subtle, but it's definitely, if you actually, now that I did that, I can feel I want to tighten up this end a bit. So it depends on how hard you shove it in there. It really depends on how tight it's going to be. You don't want to go too far. So the nice thing about having a tight canvas is that it's springier, and then it's easier to draw in the tighter the canvas, if you're drawing, that is. Okay. Okay, so the question now is to do a backwash or no backwash. Backwash is when you cover a color over the whole thing, and makes the whole thing. If you don't put a color in the background, white will show through, and that has a certain effect, and that's fine. And for too long, that's what I did. Mostly because either I didn't think about it or was lazy. But when you put a color, it definitely sets a tone for it. And reds are usually one of the best things to do because they create a sense of warmth, and warmth is usually nice. It depends if that's what you're going for. So I would say if I'm going to do a person, I would do a red tone because it creates a sense of warmth. But Oh, somebody said oh, it's that Tidy Labs thing. What is it? Oh, D Live. Someone on D Live said something or followed me. Hey, Itchy Doodles. Itchy Doodles is a bunch of binary numbers. How's it going? Okay. Itchy Doodles. Itchy. Sanchi. Go. Shichiach. So am I going to do the person? If I do the person, it's almost like I already even did the pillow that they're resting on. I don't know if I want to do a book, though. Okay, screw it. Let's just, I'm going to let my hands take over, because I'm thinking too much. I'm just going to let my hands take over. Okay, guys, do your thing. You need a brush. I'm just going to take these brushes I actually had. This big one. Okay. What color? You know what? This person's talking to me right now. This person is talking to me. So let's make, how would your hand even be? Something like this. And then I'm going to make it like exaggerated. You know, like who is Klimt's protege? He has such a weird Egel something. I forget his name, but he had a very distinctive style with figures, very elongated and thin and stuff. So maybe what I'll do is I'll think about him a little bit, even though he was kind of a rip-off of Klimt. Okay, look at that weird hand coming through. So yeah, let's just take that line and make the arm come here, and then okay. So what we'll do is we're going to have that could be the hair. We'll make it so that she's kind of almost, you can't even see her eyes. Like this will be her eye around here. It's almost like, I don't even know where the hell the ear is supposed to be. Look at that hand, it's too big, but fuck it, right? And it looks like she's grabbing something weird. Okay, let's just try to add some angularity to these joints. Ooh, she almost has like a creepy kind of, fuck, that's a creepy hand, isn't it? Okay, if you're holding the book, one sec. Okay, so I have a book. If you were to hold a book, how would you even Oh, I screwed it up. Your thumb wouldn't be on the outside if you're holding a book. That's fucked up. Like you would hold a book like this. Thumb's on the inside. Okay. I guess they're not going to be reading. Maybe they could be holding a, what is like a glowing ball. How do you even... Oh, it's bullshit, isn't it? It's bullshit. You know what I've never done in my entire life? I never studied anatomy where they have the proportions. I purposely have avoided my entire life studying the formulas of drawing. Literally where, you know, you've got like a head and a third is here and then whatever and the ear is like, I fucking have 100% said, no, I'm not going to do that. Why am I getting so upset? I don't know. Okay, this looks like crap. Oh, it's not. It was reading a book. Now it's looking off in the distance. Maybe this thing is like the sun and looking off in the distance. And then what would the hand be doing? What's that guy's name? It's really bugging me. The dude, Klimt's protege. Egel. Klimt. Protege. Egel. Or Egon. That's it. Egon Schiele. You'd know this guy's work if you knew it. Like, it's very distinctive. I just didn't remember his name. Okay. Maybe is it a fist now? Nah. That's too... Okay. That's all I gotta say is what should we do? Okay, so it's not, do I want to stick with this kind of like weird? Wish I had someone around me that I could draw from life from. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. It has to be the right kind of person for me. I don't know. I might just kill this. I might just kill this. Because there's something wrong. There's something. The hand needs to be doing something if it's not reading a book. All right. What the hell with that? You're dead. Gone. Let's try something else. Let's go back to what I was feeling before. Let's go back to that vibe. There's this cool color I have. Where are you? This one. I just like the name of it. Titan Green Pale. And maybe I'll take some of that. Maybe I'll take some yellows. Ooh, that's too strong. Out of necessity, i.e. lack of money, I bought a big thing of white because this was the best value. Because I figured you know, I always buy things in bulk when I can get them. The problem is you got to take it out of the freaking thing, and I just do this. Wait, waste a lot of paint. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. Whoever the hell that was. You're gone. You're dead. This paintbrush is not good enough for me. I need a softer, something softer. Unfortunately, let's try one of these ones. Oh, look at that. I got tons. Forgot about these. I got lots of them. These are probably my oil brushes, which are also good for acrylic paint. So I'm looking for something big and soft like this. This is perfect. Oh yeah, I remember this brush. This one, the head falls off, but I still like it. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do here, let's just go with the flow. Let's go with the flow. Let's see what this becomes. I don't think I've ever used this as a base color. Let's just see. It's already coming off. What I really, to fix this is easy. I just need a pair of pliers to bend the metal and it'll pinch the wood. That would require me standing up and walking about 15 feet. That's not prepared to commit to that. I can already feel it coming loose again. There we go. I'm very dedicated at being lazy. I work hard at it. Okay, so some kind of base color. Oh, my pliers are literally 15 feet away, but I'm almost done. All right, so here's a huge difference between oils and acrylic. This thing is going to be dry soon. I just realized this soundtrack is playing the same freaking thing looped over and over. It was 1 hour, but it looks like it's OST. I wonder if that implies, like, I'm looking at the YouTube, the video that's playing. It's a song by Interstellar by Hans Zimmer, but it's the same damn thing. Okay, I'm gonna try another link. Okay, let's see what this is. Here, I'll let you hear it for a minute until I get it queued up. But I'm also letting this thing dry. Where's the sound? Oh yeah, this is the beginning of Interstellar where it sounds, it's got like a thunder, lightning in the background. Hey Aldolfo, long time, man. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to listen through my headphones. Okay, so now that we have something totally different, let's go to, what I want to do is create something, if it's possible, objectively beautiful. Because I categorically reject postmodern art, conceptual art bullshit. have my entire life. It's a toxic, horrible philosophy that we should all be aware of. And maybe there is no such thing as objective beauty. It's only that which we have somehow culturally and probably biologically evolved to appreciate. But there is something in us that unites us. And that's why certain art has maintained its permanence in our consciousness throughout history. And that's one of my goals in life, is to be able to do something like that. I may never be able to achieve it, but that's my goal, is if I can make something that will stand the test of time. Okay. This thing I'm hoping to become a field of flowers, I don't like Renoir necessarily, because most of the stuff makes me feel like it's candy birthday cake, sugary sweet, but some of, oh, that's in my headphones. Some of it is very nice. So I want to do blues and greens. Blues and greens. Let's see. Maybe, I don't know, let's try this. Let's try putting in, what if I did white for a sky? Okay, let me just, let's just see. Let's just paint on this semi-wet paint things. Okay. Just so weird. And now I'm so used to looking at my screen to see the top-down view, because you have a much better view than I do at this angle. This angle is actually almost hard to see. Oh, I should put reading glasses on, because it's kind of blurry because my vision's going. But it's also at a weird angle, and also the light. I get a lot more shine here than I can from this camera. Probably because the light's up, but okay. So let's just say that there's. Let's just throw down some flowers. Obviously, they're going to be bigger as they're closer to you, but let's do a composition too. Just be a bunch of bushes and trees and stuff. So maybe these could be like some trees here, and then there's just like a tree overarching. Maybe there's like a. Oops. Maybe this is some sort of like. I don't know the name of many plants. Hibiscus. I don't know what that was. Okay, so here can be these things here, right? And then what if? No, this is good music. I'll let you hear this. I like the way it builds up. I gotta put it back in my head, otherwise I'll get banned. Blues and greens, blues and greens. I know what let's just put down some things to add some. No, 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 no. Well, yes, yes, yes. No, no. What is? What color would go with that? Yeah, I'm gonna try real hard to stick with blues and greens. So blues and greens also includes yellows. Okay, so it's obvious. It could be this. This is so. This could be dark or light. Actually, if this was dark, dark. Is this gonna be light under here? Yeah, let's do that. Browns. I'm allowed browns because that's kind of a yellowish color. I can't go too brown because I'll approach the reds and I'll break my rule I just created. I'll probably break it later. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I know. I want to add some black. Can't get too happy. We need a bit of death. You know what I'm talking about. We need some death in here. Needs a bit of darkness. It's not just to give it life. It needs some death. Okay, so the idea is there going to be like light here? Okay, so light should be here. Rule of thirds. You know, like a third. I'm not going to explain it. Do I want the horizon to be that low? I don't know if I want the horizon. I think I like the horizon up here. Yeah, I like the horizon here better. Okay, now. Okay. So I think it was kind of cool to have this, like, okay, this is going to be. I put way too much white paint there. Look how much I used. Might as well try using it up. I don't know what'll will be good. Sky? Put a bit of dark sky, but a little gray. Whoa. I don't know why I'm making this low sound, but I am. Maybe because the music sounds a little bit dark. Music sounds like a little bit like Darth Vader. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Actually, I kind of want to hear that right now. I want to hear that Star Wars. I don't know which version of Star Wars it is. Let me see Star Wars. Here, I'll put on the speaker so we can both listen to awesomeness of. Was it Empire Strikes Back? Someone tell me what that's. What's the name of the song? Dum 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 da dum dum da dum. Star Wars. I'm typing Empire. Empire theme. Heck. Soundtrack. This will be why. No. Bum 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 bum. Come on. Don't know what it's called, but I love it. In fact, Star Wars was one of the first albums I ever bought in my life. I think the first album I ever bought in my life was embarrassingly Little Orphan Annie. That tomorrow, tomorrow. And the second one was Star Wars. And the third, almost positive, was Hot Shot by Super Trooper. The boys in the bright white sports car, waving their arms in the air. Who do they think they are? And where did they get that car? What a fucking nut. And then I remember, like back then, you know, they only had albums. And I remember 45s. I remember another album, one of the first albums I got was, what's that one? It's got the picture of the nut. It's by the Kinks. Oh yeah, drugs in my pocket. Don't know what to do with them. Drugs in my pocket. And I think the cover was like a nurse, called Bad Habit. Right. It was a nun with like pulling up her, like a, what are those lingerie stocking things. All right. Let me get back to the opening song. I need this right now. Star Wars March song. Darth Vader song. I don't know what it's called. Yes. Here we go. I'm gonna get banned for this script. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. So this will get me kicked off of YouTube, whatever, but fuck it, you only have once, right? I don't remember this part. Maybe if I sing along with it. No, I've tried that too many times. I was getting kicked off. Da-da. Bum, 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 Let's switch to a flat brush. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That must sound like a fucking nut. Don't care. Jenkins Green. Leroy Jenkins. Oh, that was awesome. Who wrote the soundtrack for this Star Wars stuff? They were genius. I'm gonna listen to that one again. What's this one? Man, the music of Star Wars gives me chills. I gotta think about now. This whole area, what could it be? Yeah. See, this is why I don't like acrylics. It's already drying too fast. I need time, man. Give me some time. It's already drying. I don't have time for your bullshit. I want time. Bum 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 da 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 Okay, it needs some. Okay, it's got some flow here. I'm not happy with this up here. I gotta figure something out. What is Stony? Glad you find a way around the music thing. Stony Cliffs. What the hell is Stony Cliffs? Is that a song? Oh, you're talking about this thing? Looks like Stony Cliffs. Okay. Okay. I have a recollection of a song called the Spider-Man song. Not Spider-Man. It was. Oh, God. If I type in Spider-Man song, it's gonna come up with Spider-Man. It was one of the songs I remember thinking of one at my funeral. It was totally cool. By a kind of alternate band from the 90s. I can't remember. Okay, I need some other music to keep me going here. I need some other music. He's the Spider-Man song. It was very cool. S. Yeah, there's no way. If I type in Spider-Man song, it's going to be all Spider-Man stuff. It was. Who did it? Oh, they did a song about a fart, too. It sounds ridiculous, but the song was about a fart, and it was funny and cool. Oh my god, I can hear it in my head. Stinky something. Oh my god, the fact that what was that band? It's very cool alternative band from like the early 90s. The Spider-Man song. I can hear the lyrics in my head for the fart song. And it's not at all what you think. It's not called fart song. It's something. It's about a fart, or about something stinky. But it was cool. Okay, I see Daft Punk. I listened to some Daft Punk. I have a cool story about a Daft Punk song. Around '95, I was in Vegas for a business trip, and I remember I thought I'd go lie down by the pool, and I sat down on a chair beside a pool, and I looked to my right, and it was one of my best friends. It just happened. It just totally bumped into one of my best friends sitting in Vegas he was also on a business trip, and so what happened is he took his Walkman or iPad or iPod, whatever, and he shared. He said, "Listen to this," and it was Daft Punk. It was like the first time I ever heard any Daft. It was "Around the World" by Daft Punk. And here we are, hanging with one of my best friends at a pool in Vegas, listening to Daft Punk around the world. And I was like, whoa, what is this song? And he was into the nightclub scene completely. In fact, he was my ticket into nightclubs because he knew like a lot. He's the opposite. Most of my best friends are the opposite me. They're super outgoing and I'm like completely like don't like loud noises and stuff. But he would like, and I would the only way I'd ever get out to a club is if I didn't have to wait in line. I don't care where it was, and it wasn't snobby. It's just I couldn't stand waiting in line for something I didn't give a shit about. So he was friends with a lot of like owners of nightclubs, and there was one club called Industry in Toronto, and so I'd only ever go to Industry if he was with me, and we would have to walk straight in. And in fact, at the nightclub Industry, there was like the owners had this little secret cubbyhole, and what you do is like a secret little room. And I would only if I go to that club, I was like, okay, as long as I'm going to the cubbyhole, I'm cool. So you'd walk in the nightclub, then you kind of go behind the scenes by like through the kitchen area stuff, and you climb a tiny ladder through a little porthole, and there was a secret room that overlooked the whole nightclub. I don't think anyone knew, but it was all just couches and stuff. It was their little VIP room, and I was like, I don't care if it was VIP, I just didn't want to be around a lot of people. So that was my friend. I have the song in my head, but I can't get it out. If I even try to even say it, I couldn't say it. I'm just delaying because stinky. The word stinky was in it, and the Spider-Man song was purely acoustic. It didn't have anything to do with Spider-Man either. I remember when I was with my buddy back then. So I got introduced to a lot of alternative music from like this friend of mine who was cool. He was like, even at probably he was about 27. He was like the world's foremost scientist on the conch shell. So he's a biologist, but he was also this fucking super alternative guy. And he was half German, half Egyptian. And that was totally his personality. So his dad was this fiery Egyptian professor, and his mom was this super nice, stoic German lady, and that's exactly how he was. And he had these crazy huge eyes, which were amplified by these glasses. So he had like these enormous eyes. But he introduced me to that band. And I'm just hoping it'll come out because of it. And I said, okay, if I ever die and you have to carry my casket, you have to carry my casket to the Spider-Man song. I can't remember. What is that band? Fart song. Drums played a prominent role in it, so did the bass line. might have to take a break soon. I don't feel like I got a lot done, but fart song 90s. It wasn't even called a fart song. I'm just looking at fart. I think I have to take a break from painting. I just got hit with a wave of sleepiness, tiredness. Yeah. All right. Well, it's the start of something. And I'll probably just leave it for a bit. Yeah, I totally zoned out there. I don't even know what I was babbling about. I was babbling about some nonsense. So now that I look at this thing, so I can see a group of 7-ish up here. Little A.Y. Jackson, something here. Originally, I was thinking more Monet Renoir, kind of like fields of greens. I don't know, blue. I have a picture of a painting I saw. I can't remember when I saw it. It was probably within the past 2 or 3 years, and I think it was a painting by like an unknown painter, at least one I didn't recognize, and it was unbelievable. It was all blues and like blue flowers. It was just fucking amazing. I think maybe I took a picture on my phone, but I can see it in my mind, and I'm thinking, wow, what an impact. And that's kind of what I was thinking. Don't go. The song, yeah. I wish I could remember it. Oh, I can hear it. I can hear the guy's voice for the fart song. It's almost like, I don't even know how to even describe it. It was like a bit of alternative, slight bit of hip hop in there. I'm looking at my keyboard thinking it would somehow remember. What is it called? I can hear it. Let me bands from the 90s, or what would I look up if you're trying to like remember a band's name? So maybe just type in the Google 90s alternative bands. I don't know. It's probably just pull up the usual suspects. Oh, an alphabetical list. Okay. That still exists? Definitely these guys don't exist. They were not a well-known band. I definitely had their CD. They were small. To be honest, I don't even know if I remember their name. Right now I'm on Wikipedia. I'm on the list of alternate rock artists. So I might as well just show you my desktop. This is what I'm looking at. List of alternative rock artists. Oh, there's so many. It was the Rage Against the Machine era when that started. So they were not as, they weren't screamy like Rage Against the Machine, but they would fit somewhere in there. Yeah, I think it'd be almost impossible to pull them up. No, I'm just Faith No More. I used to like Faith No More. The Annie song. What? 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 Da, 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 da. You got da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Bum 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 boom. What? I don't know if anyone knows what the hell I'm talking about. Faith No More was one of the bands that I liked when I was young. They had a cool bass line. The guy would definitely one of those bands where you slap the bass. They had a couple songs that I think were kind of well known. Like I'm pretty sure Annie's song was one. Boom, boom. Well, oh yeah, I have this CD. This is the CD that I got. Oh, what it is you're doing? Is you're doing? Yeah. Why? I don't know. Just doesn't seem like something you be doing. What of all things? Dun 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 dun. Oh man, I could just do this. I could just like talk about music. I don't know where they were from. They were definitely American. Faith No, maybe by just playing some and following Faith No More, seeing where it goes, Faster. I remember Faster Disco. What was the other? Okay, from that period of time that I was into, Faith No More was one. What about that one? There's some Cult of Personality. Yeah, these guys were a bit more poppy, but the lead singer is a black guy with dreads who wore spandex pants. What was that band called? Living Color. This guy. This guy. Super 80s kind of 90s vibe to him. And during the few moments that we have left, Living Color. Yeah. In my eyes, what do you see? A cult of personality. I know your dreams. Didn't I call it? Black guy with dreadlocks wearing spandex pants. That was he always wore these like funny fucking 80s, 90s pants. Twisted Sister. This is almost embarrassingly cool. Twisted Sister. Ain't we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
Pass the carrots, please.
This was like the start of like when music videos were like the thing, man. Like MTV was like the coolest thing around. And I remember when this video came out, it was like rocking your world. It was hilarious and awesome all at the same time. Twisted Sister. Is it the main singer was basically always in like kind of like drag sort of. In this video.
What is that?
Oh yeah.
I know what that is. That's music.
Douglas.
This is great. This was the one moment in music history. Turns into the guy. not gonna take it. We ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Got right to fight in. This was like the ultimate like teenage angst rebellion song back then. Oh man, that was some good times. I love this. Wait. This is literally how my painting sessions look like. It was an anthem. I must have missed what I wasn't paying attention. They had to go to court over it. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Go to court. Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boys. We'll go. And they spelled it come with C-U-M. Oh my god, that's hilarious. We're not gonna take it. Oh, I got some crazy stories about music. This is kind of a sad story. In grade 7, I had a... When I went to the school in grade 7, my homeroom teacher was the coolest homeroom teacher I've ever had. Not just teacher, and we started listening to Pink Floyd The Wall. And we analyzed it and and this guy turned out to be a major pedophile. And he had basically assaulted a couple of my classmates, and I was totally in the crosshairs. He used to show up at our parties, and we thought he was cool. God damn it. And Pink Floyd, so the Pink Floyd Wall, like for example, another brick in the wall is like we'd go to it, show up in the morning, and then he put on the wall, and we would listen to it, and we would study things and learn things. And he was a great teacher, but a fucking pedophile. Another brick in the wall. I want to see if you Twisted. Oh, Twisted Sister. They had to go to court over it. Yeah, no doubt. I really wish I knew what that song was. Oops. I don't know what we just did there. How would I go about finding songs from the... I should probably stop this. I'm just rambling at this point. There's some... We're not gonna take it. Okay. Stop it. Meatloaf was around. That was like when I grew up. Meatloaf. If you guys don't know Meatloaf, it's kind of like he was like a... I don't even know how you describe Meatloaf. He obviously has a little bit of rockabilly, as you can hear it right there, but wasn't he his songs in what's that, the movie Rocky Horror Picture Show? I'm pretty sure he was like involved in that, like his music was. But he was kind of fun. Oh, George Thorogood. I saw George Thorogood when I was in Mount Allison. He came there. I'm bad with a bone, one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. If you don't know, I don't know if anybody does this. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel where I just go back and I find like really good music that's always been awesome that probably get forgot about. Like for example, George Thorogood. This guy was cool. I listened to him a lot when I was young.
Are you with me? We were playing in Philadelphia last night. 4th of July night.
This song goes on forever with him just talking and playing that one chord over, and then he finally goes, dun 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 dun, one bourbon, a one scotch, and one beer. I said, hey bartender, yeah, what do you want? Come over here. Well, what do you say? I want bourbon, one scotch, and one beer.
Are you ready to party tonight? I said no. She said,
Oops. Come on, you fucker.
she looked for some house ready though. The next Friday,
Holy shit. Look, he's a minute and a half.
just leave it slide it on, you know. Haters red.
He's still doing it.
She said, I don't even try to find no job. Hey, I think you let me slide. I have a rainbow and a wall the next day. And out the door I go.
Come on, but bring it.
I go down the street, I stop down to the bar. See
Look.
my bartender.
Oh, here he goes.
Say him right here. Come on down here. He got down there. So what you want? Oh, girl.
Scotch. Beer. He seen my baby since the night before last.
Mr. Bartender, set him up again. Wanna get hot?
Isn't that funny? 3 minutes of him doing that one thing until he finally breaks it. That was cool. George Thorogood. Bad to the bone. Santana. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Holy shit. These guys were good, man. Stevie Ray Vaughan. This guy is, if you don't know him, he's like he's like Jimi Hendrix, but more blues. He was just like, he could make, I think he was the guy who makes his guitar sing. Like literally he would do stuff where it sounds like it was singing, man. Stevie Ray Vaughan, classic blues guy. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh man, I could go listen to that. If you want to hear some like music that grabs your soul, listen to some Stevie Ray Vaughan. Look up Tom Waits. Yep. Yeah, Tom Waits, I have a kind of mixed feelings about. I just feel he's like that Leonard Cohen kind of like, yeah, he's really got that low voice and stuff. But I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan is a guitar player, man. I know Tom Waits, but he never grabbed me like this guy did. Who else was like that? Yeah, so Carlos Santana. Oh, they are one of the greatest bands of all time. Oh, and Led Zeppelin. You know, I've always had a conundrum because I think Led Zeppelin is one of the top 3 bands in the history of the world, and I always thought they were going to come back like a new resurgence somehow, because they are just one of the greatest bands ever. I think Queen and Led Zeppelin are the top 3 bands ever. Oh, I got such a funny story about Leonard Skinner, Freebird. Let me tell you my Leonard Skinner Freebird song. This is hilariously embarrassing.
What song is it? Do you want to hear that, Jersey?
I'm as free as a bird now. I love it. Okay, so this is like, obviously it looks really rednecky, but that's like awesome. This is like probably the best of redneck culture maybe, but Freebird is such a great song. It has so much soul to it. But here's my embarrassing Freebird song. I was probably about 16 or 17 years old, and I was invited to go to go skiing with a friend's and his family. Maybe I was like 15. Anyhow, my friend was super nerdy, and so I was like somehow cool compared to him, which is not saying much. But I got us invited to a party. I'm pretty sure I know who it was. And the party was like, it was in Collingwood, Ontario. So it was it's like the ski town, which is not saying much because it was like a bump of a hill. I'll just tell my story, then I'll sign off. How do I go? Okay, so here's my quick little Freebird story. So I got us into this house party, and it was just like a rented chalet, nothing fancy. Like chalet sounds fancy, but it was not fancy. It was like, a wooden structure, and there's probably about like 40 or 50 kids there, and we're all underage pretty much. But I was definitely underage. Anyhow, I somehow got us a bottle of Southern Comfort. That's what it was, and I was drinking the hell out of that Southern Comfort, and I was sitting with and I only have a few memories from that night. One memory was, one moment I'm sitting in this bedroom, and there was a girl next to me, and I was like, it was like, this is cool. I've been drinking, we were drinking this Southern Comfort together, and I remember she had a glowy stick thing, and I remember someone broke it and whipped it around, and so there was like glow stuff everywhere. Anyhow, and Freebird was playing there, and it was like a great moment in my life. I was like, wow, I'm next to a girl, and like we're drinking, and the song's playing, and so it was like, it was embedded in my brain, this awesome memory. Next thing I remember, I was throwing up on myself in my friend's car, this like a station wagon, and his older brother was driving us back home from the party, and I remember my drunken state trying to clean up the puke that was in that car. And the next day was a Sunday, and we had to drive back to Toronto. It's like a 2-hour drive. And that was one of the most horrible drives of my life, because we had to drive with the windows down because it smelled like puke. And I was never invited back to their house. That's my Freebird story. And it's probably one of the reasons I don't drink anymore. Because damn Freebird glowing sticks and Southern Comfort. Anyhow. Yep. Okay. I didn't get very far in this painting. The start is something. It looks like it just took me 15 seconds. I probably could have done it in like this far in 15 seconds. Well, okay. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do this. These live streams take too much out of me, because I feel like, deleting them instantly. So maybe I'll do them once in a blue moon. But, okay, what time is it? It's 2:45, June 10th. All right, I'm going to turn this thing off. Anyhow, see ya. Bye.